Hello everyone, and welcome back to Hecht Creative. Today we're going over Greninja and Lucario from Jazwares Select from Pokemon. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. So here's Greninja. Greninja is a really interesting character. I think he might be some kind of frog, judging by the webs on his body and his limbs, and also the little tongue over here is really interesting. I don't get at this figure at all, though. It's a mystery and enigma to me. The head has a really interesting kind of webbing over here. The eyes are at half mast, like he's really just bored with everything. And this figure is super strange. He has these big Popeye arms, these big thick thighs that probably don't save lives. Seeing he's in a fighting game, we have this shuriken little tattoo over here. Same on the other side. Looks really cool. Adds to the color over here. The dark blue on him is very nicely done, as is the white portions, and the tan sort of filling everything else out, the webs as well as his face and body, very nicely done. A little tail over here with a port here for a stand, and also a port here for his accessory. Really nicely done as far as the figure looks. I don't like how thin his feet are and how thin his hands are. They're just really weird. The tongue is the strangest part of this guy, and it kind of trips me up. I don't even know where his mouth is. Where his mouth is, the tongue begins. It's just a never-ending tongue forever. It's really weird. It's super strange. Endearing, kind of, but it weirds me out a lot. As far as accessories goes, he comes with these two different shurikens that can plug into his hands, which is really neat. They're interestingly done. It isn't a full circle, but it's kind of a weird Pac-Man-ish circle. It's strange. I like how it's painted. It's really cool and gives the vibrance of a shuriken piece. All you gotta do with this is just plug it into the little side, and you have this really cool water effect that works out really well for the figure. You can dish out some damage. My biggest issue with Greninja is the flight stand. Don't get me wrong, it's a really nice flight stand that we've seen before, yet it isn't really up to snuff as far as the actual figure goes. You take that flight stand away from the character, and it falls immediately. All the other characters have a good sense of balance. You don't need the flight stand at all for anything, for have it stand regularly on the shelf, but you need a flight stand for Greninja just because of the strange feet this character has. This should be a character that can stand on his own, but instead it's engineered so the actual figure can't, and it's really frustrating because shelf space is very limited when you have a collection as large as mine. And yeah, it's a really nicely done character, but it is held back by the fact that it cannot stand up under its own power. As far as articulation goes for Greninja, the head can go around this far, the arm can go up and down all the way around. We also get a swivel up here, double jointed elbows going up to here, very nicely done. A swivel only for the hand. You get all the way around, back this far, forward this far, very nicely done in that crunch. And side to side for that. Just careful because it breaks up the sculpt a little bit with the paint. We do get out this far, not that great. In, up very nicely, and back with the ball joint, really awesomely done on that. You do get a hinge going back and forward, not really that great with a swivel. The same down here, swivel and hinge, you know, with some okay pivot. It goes up really far. I wish it had some more stability though. It's kind of a shame. The pivot's just okay. And again, he can't really stand, so it's really useless to have articulation on him at all. Maybe weight his feet or something. That'd be great. We also have a strange tongue articulation that goes around on a swivel right up here, and then a swivel down here, and then one more really close by over here, and then last one in the back. You can put his tongue in a variety of positions and motions to make it look like he's running or something. And to facilitate that, you need a stand, and the stand has articulation points, one in the middle, one at the top, and one at the bottom. You need this if you want to use the figure, but be warned, it does fall apart from time to time, so maybe this whole thing is just useless. From the top of the stand to the top of the ear, Greninja stands at just about 5¼ inches tall or so, maybe 5½. We also have him next to the Pokemon trainer from Figma and the Pikachu from Figma. They scale pretty well, actually. I kind of like how they all coincide with each other. It's nice. And also here's Hecht Creative. Hey, Red! Guess what I named my Lickitung? Yeah, that's right. Gene Simmons. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. Now let's check out Lucario. First off, no, this character is not a fusion of Lucas from Mother 3 and Super Mario. This is entirely new Pokemon, but joking aside, I love this character a lot. The Egyptian-styled everything about this character really radiates. I love the color scheme too. It's sort of like a domino mask, like a jackal kind of thing going on with this character. I really love the inspiration and look behind him. These little hair pieces, dreads looking kind of things, remind me of Knuckles a little bit, which is awesome. We get some nice little tufts over here, very nicely sculpted. A spike coming out of his chest, spikes coming out of his arms, and we have some good digitigrade legs you can also use, and these paws are pretty cool. Very nicely done. Another thing with thick thighs saving lives over here. We have some really good paint as far as this goes, coming with the gray, the blue, and the tan all coming together. I do feel like the tan isn't really used as much as the gray and blue, and it should be probably throughout the figure a little bit more, but I really appreciate the look for this guy. They gave him little toe beans too. That's adorable. I love this. Yeah, he has a combination of deadly and adorable, and also his eyes are orange. As far as accessories goes, he comes with a stand that attaches to his left butt cheek. It's good, I guess. I don't really use the stands all that often with these guys. I like to pose them free without the stand. I don't like to edit things out of my photos. I like everything all just there. But it works out pretty well. You can get him some good poses. It does articulate back and forth. Also up and down, and then up and down from that third point by his body. Again, it does kind of fall off, and it isn't really that useful. And that's, the only accessory he comes with. You can also put these flame effects on his hands to emulate his powers from the Smash Brothers series, and also probably in the Pokemon games. I've never really played them, but they look really cool on him. They come from the Marvel Legends Blue Marvel character I reviewed a while back, and they fit okay. They don't fit as well. You have to do some little tinkering, a little finagling, but it looks super cool on him, and I think fits really well. The second I saw these effects, I'm like, yeah, they're going on Lucario. As far as articulation goes, the head can swivel left and right over here. It doesn't really have much up and down. It's kind of in my imagination. It goes up this far, down this far, all the way around. It can swivel right over there. Double joint elbows are very nicely done and super good. We do have some paw articulation. Goes up and down, but side to side isn't really working that well for me on either side of the hand, which is kind of a shame. You do get a back crunch going back, a forward crunch going forward, and there actually is some articulation in the head going up and down, interestingly enough. You do get a swivel at the waist area. You also get splits this far in, up pretty far-ish. Isn't that great? You can kind of push it to its limit a little bit more and then move it out and get it working all the way around if you'd like, which is great. You do get a swivel up here at the ball. You get a back, forward, a swivel below the ball that it's hard to really function and maneuver. You get a swivel on below this ball over here, and you do get a up and a down. How these legs work is digitigrade. They move back in a knee formation and then forward at that joint right here, and this is how the legs should be instead of straight all the time or bent. This is how legs on like the backs of horses or dogs. I hope I'm right. You also get some toe articulation down, really far down, up, and toe beans. But yeah, he can stand pretty well on this if you pose him where his center of balance is working, but really nice articulation for this guy. And his tail goes in a little circle, swivel. You can wag it up and down. It's also going to be a point of articulation if you want to pose him in a way where balance would be an issue. You just move the tail and it kind of moves him into your center of balance. So yeah, he's really nicely articulated. I'm very proud with how they did him. Without the stand, 6¼ inches tall is as tall as Lucario will go with those digitigrade legs in function. He's maybe a little bit taller without, but this is as good as I could stand him without any issues. He looks really nice, though, next to the Pokemon trainer Red and Pikachu, who is adorable as always, and also here's Jesse Hecht Creative. Lucario, wait a moment. Don't attack them. I think someone has a fan club! Overall, these figures are below my expectations, sadly, of what was previously given to us from Jazwares for the previous lines. I do find that Greninja is the worst action figure I probably have ever had, yet posing him just now in this pose, I do find he's a little bit better than what I thought he was initially. Sure, he's bad on land, but in the air, or maybe even in the sea, who knows? He is a better figure, posability-wise. You can do a lot with him in the air. Sadly, standing on his own power, though, is something I really like for action figures, and for Greninja, he's a complete dud. Sure, he has some pretty good articulation here and there, the tongue is amazing, but other than that, it's just bland and forgettable. Lucario is somewhat the opposite, yet still has a few issues here and there. I got the digitigrade legs working out pretty well, and they're fine. He does have a little bit of issues with standing sometimes, yet my biggest issue is he doesn't come with any accessories. If he came with some kind of accessory to go over his paws, like I did right here, he'd be awesome, but he doesn't have those. So I have to improvise, I guess, and that really takes the wind into my sails. I do like the character a lot and how he looks, and the inspiration of the jackal looks amazing with the Egyptian vibe, yet if he had accessories, he'd be way better, but he's just an average action figure, I guess. I really feel like Jazwares should add accessories for each figure and make them look better and greater than they are, because they really have potential when it comes to Pokemon, and I can't wait to see what they do coming up next in the next few waves. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Feel free to click like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com, where you'll find more reviews like this one. Thanks again for watching and keep being creative. Stay tuned!